right, so our next award is our Campion Award, which goes to 2 Minnesota organizations that have been champions for Emma Norton for over 100 years. Most recently, both groups were incredible champions for our Home and Healing campaign for restoring waters. Both are longtime faith partners who continually step up to help our families and residents. We are excited to announce that the Minnesota Annual Conference, United Methodist Church, and Minnesota United Women in Faith as our 2025 Opening Doors champions. Combined with funds from our National UW in Faith office, our Minnesota Faith Company helped raise over $1 million for our Restoring Waters campaign. This would not have been possible without their support. If you gave through that campaign or your church gave through that campaign, please stand up to be recognized. I know they're all in there. I also want to call out 2 congregations specifically, Hamlin Church and the Grove United Methodist Church, who each committed over $100,000 to the campaign. The conference and UW in Faith invited Shauna and I to talk throughout the state at churches, conferences, and gatherings. Your support and advocacy were critical, inspiring dozens of people to help. And it was actually Bishop Plombeck's idea to come up with the 1917 campaign that really pushed us through the final moments, encouraging gifts in honor of our 1917 founding to help us reach our goal. In addition to the campaign support, our faith partners continually call the answers for in-kind donations, gifts, and cards. So accepting the award tonight is Bishop Lynette Plombeck and our UW and Faith leader, Marian Hansen. Thank you.
All right, first I'm going to just say this is not a sermon. However, while I'm up here, first, if you are United Methodist, could you just shout out so I can hear you? All right, now I want to say I recognize that the United Methodist Church is such an entity. We are an ecumenical people, we are an interfaith people, we are alongside of agency people. So when we celebrate something that the United Methodist Church has done, we know it's not just about people called United Methodist. So I want you to hear that from me. But also, woohoo, good job, United Methodists. Now I'm going to take just a couple of minutes. I know that they said 2 to 3, but I follow Methodist time. And I want to just lift a couple of things. First, Emma Norton. Hey, Tyler. Emma Norton. Emma Norton believed that the church, and so whatever faith community, if you are in a synagogue, if you are in a mosque, like whatever your faith community is, or if you're a little bit like some of my family members in nature is your faith community, I want you just to contextualize that. But Emma Norton believed the church had a responsibility beyond the sanctuary walls. And she said this: we must not wait for the world to change. We must begin the changing. 1917, what year, y'all? 1917. And she also said this: we're about to do something extraordinary. Well, I just want to take this minute or two to call us back to the realities of what was going on in 1917. The women's suffrage movement. Women were fighting for the right to vote. Glad those days are behind us, girls. Right? Like, let's just pay attention. Racial injustice, the Great Migration was going on. People were escaping the segregated South, moving north, particularly our African American siblings. And when we heard earlier from our activist artist that 50% of the persons that are unhoused are BIPOC persons. Let's contextualize that, Minnesota. 23% of our population is BIPOC. So I want you to hear deeper. The Espionage Act was passed, curbing civil liberties and dissent. Glad those days are behind us. And there was a thin line, right? A tension between patriotism. I'm an Army veteran. I'm all about patriotism. Sort of lean away from white Christian nationalism. And protest. There was a tension. Those days also aren't quite behind us. And public health was in a crisis. And just a couple of years after 1917 was the great influenza pandemic. So things haven't changed overly much, yet they have, because we're here tonight. We are celebrating something. And it's not only a celebration of what has happened, but also this is about the change that is still yet to be done. So turn to a neighbor and just quote Miss Emma Norton and say, "We're about to do something extraordinary." Okay, now say it like you mean it. Say it like you mean it. For in this room are those who believe that dignity is not earned, it is inherent, that housing is not a reward, it is a right, that healing is not a privilege, it is a promise, and that transformation is not a service that we give people, it is something that we do in communities. So well done, all y'all. Well done, and thank you so much for this recognition.
Well done, good and faithful people. Indeed, when Emma Norton had a dream, she couldn't have dreamt today. How would she know? She had no way of knowing. She saw a need. She said, wow, we got to do something about this. And here we are today. And United Women in Faith have been part of that dream throughout the journey. So we're happy about that. But it must go on. And today, as awed and humbled that I am to serve as the current president of our Minnesota organization, it must go on. This cannot be the end. We are not finished. And so as a faith partner with Emma Norton, I would engage everyone in this room to find other faith partners, whoever they might be, because there is a mission for them at Emma Norton. If you've looked at the needs list, the volunteers list, the things to be done, the dream yet to be dreamt, it's not done. So I challenge you this evening to indeed step out and find more faith partners. And I would love to meet with them if there's someone that they're going, oh, I don't know. Well, send them on over for a tour, and then they'll know. So thank you so much.